All right, Michelle, we are live on Facebook and happy Thursday. Thanks for being here today. I'm super, super excited to share your story and to talk about thinking into results. And I just love this beautiful background that's going on with you right now. There's like nature and green and flowers and a salt lamp. It's just like, it's the perfect setting. So, thank you for joining me and for joining us in the Thinking to Results group. Now, you are, I want to talk, before we get into the conversation around thinking to results, just like to talk a bit about you and your business. You have an amazing business called Your Image Matters, right? Can you tell us a bit about what you do?
Yes. So I started my business several years ago when I was in the process of raising my small children. And I tried a lot of different types of photography and found that I really loved working with adults who are business owners. So I have really gravitated toward doing professional headshots and branding images for local businesses, for professionals. And it's amazing because being in front of the camera is a really intimidating thing. So it helps to just really get to know a person and have fun with them and get them to loosen up and laugh and have fun with it, because having your headshot done is right up there on the list near having a root canal.
I can relate.
I actually had my own headshots done earlier this week, and the photographer that did my headshots is a friend of mine, and she has the patience of Job. But being on the other side of the camera was a huge lesson for me, and it was very humbling. So,
What did you learn? What did you learn being behind the camera?
at that, it's being being in front of the camera, being the subject of the photos is very awkward for me, because I've always had kind of a disconnect between my mind and my body. I don't really have any concept of how my body operates in space. So when somebody's taking a picture of me, usually this is how I look. That's it. So like every time, I don't know why, but that's it. Like every picture, if it's a candid picture, that's how I look. So, trying to have somebody else take my picture and listen and, follow her lead and all of that, it was a very eye-opening experience. So I appreciate all the hard work that she did, because she really, she really did a great job. She really did a great job.
Oh, I can't wait to see them. I can't wait to see them. And what's really neat about what you're talking about is really, and we talk about this in the Thinking to Results program about self-image, right? There's a whole chapter on self-image. We talk about, so it's not like necessarily what we look like on the outside. It's more about how we feel about ourselves and what we think about ourselves and
Exactly.
all of that. So when you're taking pictures of others, you're seeing them from the, inside out, right? You're actually trying to pull the inside of them out onto camera,
Yeah.
right? And then reverse that. It's like, then you can really put yourself in the other person's position, place, because they're all they're thinking about is all this, oh, what do I look like? I'm too fat, I'm too short, I'm too skinny, I hate my nose, like all these different things, right?
Right. This is,
And
I don't like this side of my face. Can you Photoshop this? Can you make me have, more hair, or, whatever it is?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
We all have stuff. We all.
exactly. So it's a great experience to really, to really be aware of that when you're working with your clients. And I know you are, because that's a big part of it for you, not just doing the headshots and the branding and stuff, but also coaching them,
Yes.
through the process, right, of feeling good about themselves and liking what they see. So you're doing this program for you, right? To shift your level of thinking and your beliefs about what's possible for you. But in the end, you actually, this is not just going to help you, it's going to help your clients as well.
Yes.
What motivated you to join Thinking Your Results? What what led you here?
Well, a long, long time ago, I made the decision to stay home and take care of my kids, raise my kids, like I mentioned earlier. And in my former career, I was a social worker and I worked with people with developmental disabilities, which I love, still love. And all this time, while I've been home raising my kids, I started this photography business kind of as a side gig. And it just really, I didn't really take it seriously. Like I would I would work and I would do the jobs as they came in, but I never really advertised. I never really went out of my way to, get work or try to, make a lot of money or have a lot of clients or do, whatever. And I've done some really cool things. I've had sessions with celebrities, with athletes, with like you just wouldn't believe, some of the people that I've met is just incredible. And some of the like behind the scenes kinds of things that I've been able to do has just been phenomenal. Like as a photographer, we get to see things that a lot of other people don't see. So that part of that in itself has been incredible. But um, for the last year and a half, I had been working toward going back to work because all these years I thought, okay, so when the kids are grown, when they're, adults and they're doing their own thing, I'm going to get back to work. And I was really excited about that. So I started working part-time with a friend about a year and a half ago. And then I took on a second part-time job. And then I took on a third part-time job. And I loved all the jobs, but it was a lot of juggling. So I was like, okay, I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready to go back to work, with the state job and the benefits and the 401k and all that stuff. And I was so excited. And so I got the job, went back to work, and I hated it. Like, oh my God, like on the verge of a panic attack, like 24/7, hated it. And started that job February 1st. And on March 1st, I talked to you and you said, how's that job going? And I'm like, I hate it. And you said, well, I'm doing this program that you might actually be a really good, might be a really good fit for you. And I said, tell me more. And since we had worked together, I knew if you were doing it, it was solid. And, I trust you. And we worked really well together in the past. So I said, okay, I'm in. And what, I don't care what it costs. I don't care. I don't care. Sign me up, send me the stuff. Like, just, I want to do this because I definitely don't want to do that.
Right.
So I just took it wasn't a blind leap because I knew if I was doing it with you, it was going to be good. And, I have been a student of personal development for 30 years. So I was already familiar with the basic concept of it. So in my mind, it was an investment that would help move me forward where I needed to go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so I like the timelines, right? So I started this job February 1st. You and I, just catching up on March 1st. And then by April 1st, you were done.
It was my last 2 months. 2 months and that was it. But you know what? It was a great experience because it was like closing a chapter. Because in my mind, that was my goal in life, to go back to work. And I realized that's not me anymore. That was the old me. And I've changed a lot over the last 14 years. I've learned a lot. I've changed a lot. I've grown a lot. I've healed a lot. And I've met incredible people. And I've had so many amazing opportunities. And I love what I do. I don't like what I do. I love what I do. And so to give that up and replace it with a soul sucking job that's 95% paperwork and somebody like that I felt was like on me every minute. Um, it was kind of a no brainer. So
Yeah, yeah. And what I love about it is, I mean, I think you did, lesson one of the program, and then that was it. You were like, I'm done. I'm out of here. I don't even have a plan B, but it doesn't matter. I trust that it'll all be fine, right? Like you quit your job without having, you know, a plan, right? You took that leap. You made that committed decision. And when we make a committed decision that's right, that feels right, at a deeper level that is in alignment with who we are now and where we're going, then the next step will reveal itself, right? And for you, it was like not just the next step, but the next step and the next step and the next step. And here we are now, another month later, right? So February, March, April, May. And I mean, you had your best month ever last month.
ever in my life.
Yeah.
Insane, which is insane. And this month is going to be better than last month. So, I mean, it's crazy, at this point. I'm getting new opportunities, constantly. And I'm at the point now where, we talked about, like, I have to focus on certain things and let everything else kind of go, because I'm like a squirrel on 12 different kinds of crack, like I have all these ideas and all this stuff I want to do. And, something shiny comes across my path and I'm like, oh, I want to do that. And so, here I go. And I'm trying to do all those things. And, that can be really frustrating. And people that know me well know, like, that's totally how I am.
Yeah.
So, helping me like laser focus on exactly what I need to do, um, is part of, just part of this. But knowing, like, having the goal that I have now is exciting, and it is what makes me roll out of bed, jump up in the morning and get busy doing what I need to do.
Mm. And there are this, there are so many people out there that just don't want to get out of bed in the morning. That's the thought of going to their soul sucking job, or that place that they really, but they just don't know, how to get out of it, right? They just don't know how to get out of it. And I mean, you attracted this program, right? You took this job, and somewhere you were just like, this isn't for me, this isn't for me. And and then here comes Cheryl. Hey, how's it going? Let's chat. And so you attracted the solution, right? And I said this earlier in our group today. We are the only problem that we will ever have, and we are the only solution that we will ever have, right? It's all up to us. If we don't like our job, our relationship, how much money we're making, our friendships, anything, we're the only ones who can change it. So, I just want to acknowledge you for having the courage to, to see that and to say, yes, Cheryl, I'm in. Like, whatever it is, let's do this, because I need this. What this over here isn't working, and I want more. I want more. And I know, I mean, you said it, I'm worth more than this. You said that to me several times throughout that conversation. So just understanding that you were worth more.
Yeah. Well, that was the first time I'd ever said that in my life.
That's big.
That was huge for me. And I felt so confident in signing on to do this program with you. I felt just as confident when I told them that was not, that job was not working out for me. And my supervisor said, well, let's talk about it tomorrow. We'll set up a time to meet. And I'm like, no, there's nothing to talk about. Like, no, this is no, no, this is not working out. Like, I'm telling, this is not a good fit for me. And I'm not going to continue to work here. So, the confidence that I've gained in being that sure about what I want versus what I don't want has just, I can't, I can't really describe the feeling inside, because I know now that everything that I want is already here for me. The universe or God or whatever, force it is that we believe in has already showed me that everything I want is already here, because it's happening in such amazing ways.
It
So
is happening. Yeah, I love that. And it is here. And it's just, you getting to that realization that you are worth it, that you deserve it. And I think that's what a lot of people experience in this program. Like, it blows my mind what I see happen in the first month of this program for people, because I'm like, okay, lesson one is about let's figure out what your worthy goal is, right? But that worthy goal helps you to connect with yourself on such a deeper level. Like, it's not just, I think I can do this, or I think I want this. It's really helping you to connect with your heart center, and helping you to really connect with how you feel about the idea of achieving that. And when you start to connect with that feeling, that desire builds and grows within you. And I see it happening for everybody in this program, that when they, it's a simple lesson, but it's such a powerful lesson. And so it's so beautiful to see you, get there so quickly. And then, like you said, all these opportunities just start showing up for you. And your job now is to make sure that you make decisions that are in alignment with the worthy goal,
yes,
right? Instead of grabbing this shiny new object. So no more playing small. You're thinking bigger. You're learning how to master the mental faculties of getting laser focused, getting clear, following your intuition, because I know that was a big one for you that
yes.
you've been working, on over the past little while. So what would you say, like, the biggest takeaways that you've had so far from the program are?
Oh gosh. Um, there are so many things, like the modules that we go through, the videos that we watch and listen to, they all have these nuggets of brilliance and like aha moments that, every time I go back and listen to one, I hear something different that I need that day that maybe I haven't even heard before, because maybe I was distracted or whatever. But all, I guess in a nutshell, I would just say that mindset is everything. The way we approach a decision, life, relationships, work, everything is all about our mindset and the way that we approach people. Like, we all make mistakes and we're all fallible, but when you approach things in a way that it can only have a positive outcome, then everybody wins, right?
Mhm.
So, there was a situation where I had a misunderstanding with someone last week, and we talked about it this morning, and she's like, we need to talk about this. And I'm like, I know. I'm like, I misunderstood what you said. And, I just love her to death. But it was a misunderstanding on my part. I owned it. I knew it. I owned it. And, I want to continue, having a relationship with this person. And, because she's phenomenal. And, we worked through it, and it was all, supportive, and, just getting everything out there and clear in the air. But, I could have been defensive and said, well, I don't know what you're talking about, or, it's not my fault. And, well, you said this, and then I said this, and whatever. But, what does that do? It doesn't do anything for anybody. So, open up your mind and your heart to being collaborative and approaching situations in love and compassion. And, I think you'll always have a better outcome.
I love that. Open up your mind and your heart. That's beautiful. And really, imagine if we all did that. Imagine if we were able to just get out of our own way, because really it's just our paradigm that's kicking in, right? And not allowing us to be open, to, seeing what's really going on. So So by, by allowing yourself to open up and look at the other person's perspective and see things through different lenses, we can then, get to, like you said, a win-win for everyone. So awesome. And what limiting beliefs have you been able to let go of?
Um, that I couldn't do it, that I just that I couldn't, I guess that, um, I can't, there's not enough customers, there's not enough clients won't, pay what I am worth. Most of my issues are around my money blocks and self-value, which is the
Mhm.
huge thing that I have been working on and I'm still working on. And I'm not sure how long I'll be working on it, but I'll be working on it till it's all gone.
Well, you are working on it. I mean, it is happening. I
Yeah.
mean, even just the fact that you were able to say, I'm worth more,
Yes.
right? I
Yes.
mean, that's a massive shift. And I think a lot of people have that challenge.
Yes. Yeah. There are some, a lot of my colleagues some of my colleagues have the same issues. And some of my colleagues, they're like, well, I know what I'm worth. And if they can't pay it, they'll go find somebody else. And, it's all, it's all good. Everybody has a different perspective on that. So.
And the interesting thing about that is when you talk about worth, like in the value of your work and what you do, there's so much value in the person on the other side of that camera investing in themselves, right?
Yeah.
And understanding that they're worth investing in, you know, um, some professional headshots or branding or marketing, and, that they don't have to skimp on that part of their business
Right.
because it is, it's important, right? So it's all connected, isn't it? Because, that's where we talk about self-image, right? If you don't think you're worth it, if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't value yourself, then, that's, you don't have the confidence,
Right.
right? You don't have the confidence to ask for what you want and deserve.
Exactly.
So I just know as you continue to grow and evolve, with this material, you're going to be able to share it with your clients and support them in their growth and their belief in themselves and their worth, and their level of confidence as well. So it's going to impact so many people. It's going to impact so many people.
Yes.
And I'm just so grateful to have you in this group. And what's it like to be in the group? What's it like to be in a community like this?
Oh my God. It's so awesome because like everybody in the group wants the same thing. We all have different goals, but we all want the same thing. We want more. We want to fully expand our life experience, whether it's work, family, social relationships, if it's a new business, if it's a creative outlet. Everybody in the group just wants to understand how to fully tap into their own gifts, their own talent, their own capabilities, because there's so many things that we have inside us that we don't use. We don't even realize, because when I know what I'm good at, you know what you're good at, and you may think that I have a gift, but it's normal. Like it's just, well, whatever, like I picked up a camera when I was 10. So, whatever. So it's like normal for me, but for other people, it may be like, wow, well, I could never do that. So you may be able to sing, or you may be able to, you may be great with numbers or painting or whatever it is. So everybody has some kind of extraordinary talent, and to be able to reach, but we have more than one talent. So in order to reach all of those capabilities, we really have to understand how to tap into that, and um, how to fully express those things and bring those things into um, day-to-day experience, so that we're
Mm.
living fully.
Yeah. I mean, it is the group is very diverse,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yes.
And I mean, from age to, gender to location, it's a very diverse community, which I love, because we just have this, amazing collective energy and collective wisdom. And we talked about this a bit today too, about how, everybody is doing, on a different mission or on their own mission, I'll say, on their individual personal mission, for more growth and expansion. However, that's the common thread, right? That's the common thread, which makes everybody in alignment in this program. And we talked about, when you have a group or a team or something, and there's some, a few people in the group that aren't in alignment, it can really throw the whole thing off. So I do love the fact that everybody in this group is on that mission for more growth and expansion, personally and professionally. And they're willing to be, like you said, open-minded. They're opening up their minds, they're opening up their hearts, they're courageous, they're supportive, they're compassionate. And it's just such a beautiful thing for me to see. Like, I just get so energized coming to this group, every single week. And my heart just expands when I see all the magic everybody is creating. And, it is emotional, right? To think like the first time I said that, I'm worth more. I mean, just feel that. I mean, we can all feel that for you right now. So what a joy to see that and to experience that. And what a gift that you're giving to others to inspire them to see that in themselves, just by being here and sharing your story with us. So I really, really, appreciate you sharing that and being willing to share that gift with all of us today. So, and for, because there are a lot of people that are sitting here, like, maybe they're not watching this, but they're sitting there in the same place that you were in a couple of months ago, right? And they don't know where to go, and they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to get out of it. So what would you want to say to those people that are in that place, that are feeling really stuck or lost, or, in that, where their soul is just not being fed? What would you want to say to them?
A really great question. Well, first I would say, um, without a doubt, check out the Thinking into Results program, because it does work. It's worth the investment, tenfold. The I just have to say, when we're really miserable, like I was, and I know, there are lots of people that love their jobs, and I love that there are people that love their jobs. Um, that was not the case for me. Really look at what your goal is. And if you want to, if you're in a situation, whether it's a job or a relationship, think about how that's affecting you and your health, your mental health, your children, your family, your friends, your relationships. And think about, really, is this where you want to be this time next year, in 5 years, in retirement? Is this what you want your legacy to look like? When you leave this body, do you want people to say, oh, bless her heart, she worked that job for 40 years and she hated it every day, but she got up and went? I mean,
Mm,
we deserve better. We deserve better. Find something that lights you up. Find something that gives you passion, that gives you energy, that just makes your heart happy, that makes your mind explode every once in a while. And that could be anything. Just think about the things that you're good at. Think about the things that you really enjoy doing, and do more of it. Just do more of it. And if you need to change your situation, change it. Nobody's going to change your situation but you.
well, that's it, right? You are the only problem and you are the only solution. The thing is, sometimes people just don't know it's the how part, right? And I think that's what we talk about in this program, right? It's all about making a committed decision and letting go of the how. Trust that the how will reveal itself. And, if you can, get into get into something like this where you have the guidance and the support to move through that, you're not doing it alone, because that's the other thing that I think is really hard for people is, it takes courage to make a committed decision to get out of something that they don't, that they're not happy in. And so, it took courage for you, but think about it. Had you not already been in this group, what, you wouldn't have had the support to move through it. How might it have been different without the program to guide you, without the group? Because if you think about you've done it in the past, what you've done in the past, right? You're really breaking a cycle right now, aren't you?
Right. That is one of my life goals there's a lot of cycles that I have broken and that I am breaking. So I'm sure that I would have quit that job regardless, but I would have then been floundering about, oh, what am I going to do next, and worried about, everything. So this program has really given me the tools that I need to see exactly where I need to go. And I have the support, to get feedback. And, one of the things that I really love about the group is when we have small groups and breakout sessions, and we can bounce things off of each other and get feedback from other people that are going through the same thing. And that's super, super helpful for me, because we're not alone. There's so many people going through the same thing at the same time. And, sometimes we feel isolated, and especially with COVID, and, sometimes we just feel alone in some of these decisions that we have to make. So having community is so important.
Yeah, it's tough enough going through a massive transition or transformation a lot, but to do it alone, I mean, that's next to impossible, isn't it? Because we really need the guidance, we really need the support, and we need the tools. We need the tools to learn how to master the mindset in a way that's going to support achieving what we want versus what we don't want. So it's like, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? So it's, nothing changes when nothing changes. And if your way isn't working, try our way, right?
One of the things that I've always said is that ignorance can kill us, right? Like, we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes, it's just that little bit of information, that little tweak that we need, that helps us make that decision, or helps us figure out, do we go this way? Do we go this way? Do we go with this company, or do we go with that company? Do we, take our car to this mechanic or that mechanic? Ignorance can kill us. It can kill our business. It can kill our relationships. It can, we can eat something that kills us. We need to understand there's a lot of things that we just don't know. So working with people that are the experts in where we need to grow is key to how to move forward. So, we can't be just inside ourselves thinking and thinking and thinking and getting stuck in that thinking process. And how am I going to get out of this? And why does this keep happening? We have to go outside to other professionals or other experts and, people that we trust to help pull us out. If we're in the bottom of a well and there's no rope, we're going to stay in the bottom of that well. So, I was down here going, I need a rope. Somebody, somebody need a rope, and I'll do the work, but I need a rope.
Well, and that's what I mean by you attracted this. You said, I need a rope, and the rope showed up. Hi, here's your rope. Here's your rope. And it's true. There's 75 years of science packed into this program with, Bob Proctor has studied this material for over 60 years, and he's curated it's a beautifully curated program. So it's not just, Cheryl Keats, it's Cheryl Keats and Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher, and this amazing program with, my mentors, their mentors. And it's just full of wisdom and tools and resources to help you shift those paradigms, those habitual thoughts, patterns, and behaviors that, get in all of our way. So here's the thinking, going from playing small to thinking bigger, right? That's where you are now. You're thinking bigger. You know your worth, you understand your value, you're continuing to grow and evolve. You had your best month ever. This month's going to be even better, and you're just getting started. So I can't wait to see where you are, 6 months from now when this is all over. But I really appreciate you sharing your story with us, and I hope that it inspired someone today to reach out, reach out to Michelle or reach out to me. We're both here. If you feel like you're stuck and you want to make a transformation and you need a rope, call us. And I'm going to put the link to your website in the comments too. So if anyone wants to check out Michelle's work, she's doing some great work, and it's just going to get better and better. I mean, the more you tap into your level of confidence, and that's just going to come through in your work too. And you're just going to be able to help others bring that out through the camera. So thanks a lot, Michelle. I'm so excited for you, and you are so worth it. I am so glad you're here and on this journey with us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, because I would not be where I am right now, certainly without it. And just to say one more thing, this is as happy as I have ever been, truly happy, and a happiness that it's not dependent on another person. It's not dependent on anything else. It's just me. Inside, my soul is so happy. So, just a combination of a lot of things, but it's mainly because I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
I love that. I so get that, because I feel the same way. I have never been happier than I am right now. And one would think with, the year and a half that we've had with COVID and everything and being isolated, and, there's a lot of people that are not in a good space right now. And it's so true. There's never been a better time to do the inner work. We can't go anywhere, right? There's nowhere to go. So, so there's never been that's been a constant theme that I've heard all week long from people. COVID's been a gift. COVID's been a gift. COVID's been a gift. And I know it hasn't been a gift for a lot of people, or they don't see it as a gift, right? They don't see it as a gift. But it has been a gift for so many people, because it's forced them to look at what they needed to see in themselves, and what they needed to, eliminating all the distractions and just looking at what they needed to see within to make the changes, to get to that place of inner peace, joy, happiness. What do they say? Health is the new wealth. Happiness is the new success, right? And I really get it, because I have never been happier either. And so I'm just so happy for everybody that is also experiencing that. So thank you for that. I really appreciate it. And let's just, continue to spread the love, right? Spread the love and inspiration, and just keep throwing out those ropes. I love it. All right. Have a great weekend, and to thinking bigger. It's happening. I can't wait to see what you do this month. Keep us posted. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.